You're tuned in to the TVL Rundown, a comprehensive look at the athletics and athletes within the Twin Valley League. Joined by Jeff Wurtz of the TVL Spotlight, I'm Max Blaske with KNDY. The TVL Rundown is a service of the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf and Bruna Implement.
Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank. With the century of experience, you know you can count on us for convenient banking and personal service for people you know and trust. With extended hours and online banking for all your financial needs. Another reason to make the Citizens National Bank your bank.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Welcome into this week's edition of the TVL Rundown. A quick rundown here this week as we're going to highlight how state golf went earlier in the week. Many Twin Valley League athletes are getting state track underway today in Wichita. Jeff and myself will also do a quick rundown of some state basketball announcements for the 2028 season. Quickly looking at how state golf ended for many area teams this year. Earlier in this week, it was the Onega team that finished 5th and the Centralia team finished 6th. Individual results has Bronx Tally of the Centralia Panthers finishing 12th. Tyler Jones and Graham Volberg of Centralia and Onega respectively finished tied for 20th, all medaling, while Hayden Bruna of the Hanover Wildcats finished 30th. In Class 2A, the lone 2A qualifier in the Twin Valley League was Washington County's Tucker Huband as he finished 34th. As mentioned, state track is getting underway today down in Wichita. Don't have time to go through all the names, but just a quick rundown. Over 60 Twin Valley League athletes will be competing at state track this week. You can check out the TVL Sports Spotlight on Facebook and Twitter as Jeff Wurtz of the Spotlight has all the updates to keep you going here today and tomorrow at state track. Finally, on this edition of The Rundown, we're going to look at a conversation me and Jeff had last week about the 2028 state basketball format and how that's going to change. Keisha is making some changes to the state basketball setup here in a couple of years. Jeff, I'm going to hand the microphone over to you. What did Keisha decide and how are they handling the state basketball tournament coming up in a couple of years?
Well, I'm going to reserve judgment on exactly how this is going to work out, but now it seems that all of the state championship tournaments in the sport of basketball will be held in the Wichita area, multiple universities holding those. I don't know, Max. This is obviously in the kind of the vein of, we know the Nebraska teams do it. This is interesting to me. I'm still trying to soak it up a little bit and kind of reserve judgment, let's just say, for how it turns out.
Well, and one thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this, so they are going to hold just the semifinal and finals action at these 4 locations: Cook Arena in Wichita, Heartland Federal Credit Union in Park City, the Garvey Center at Friends University, and Hutch Sports Arena there in Hutchinson. So all of the state semifinals and finals will be held in those 4 locations. They're still going to do the first round in neutral site locations like we did last year. And I'm kind of on your side with it. This won't take effect until 2028, so we're still 2 seasons away from seeing how this is going to happen. It's been a talk, I think, throughout the state for the last couple of years. How do we make the state tournaments better? How do we get more fans in the seats for everything? But I'm going to go back on my realist standpoint, or not my realist. I'm going to sound like the old man here. Keep it the way it's supposed to be. But when you hold all the games for one class in one location, you're able to see all of the teams that you're going to face or you're going to possibly see at that tournament. Now, do I think this is going to try and reflect that aspect of it? I think that's what they're trying. But when you're not holding all 3 rounds at one location, I think that takes away a little bit something, in my personal opinion, from the state tournament.
Well, and cynicism along with that, the note was to, if you wanted to see a 1A team and a 6A team, you were able to do that if they're all in a close area. I'm sure there are, but there are a lot of TVL teams that want to go watch Seaman High School or T-High or, again, there are probably some, but if that's one of your sticking points, that's a little rough to me.
And I agree too as well. I think basketball is one of those sports at any level, the competition is great, the execution's great. You're going to see great basketball wherever you go. We know that being in the Twin Valley League. And to say, oh, you can watch, like you said, a Pika High team on the same day you watch an Axtell, don't know if there's going to be that much crossover. The one positive I am going to say about this is I think for these kids in these smaller schools like we have in the Twin Valley League, from a exposure standpoint, from a recruiting standpoint, I think they're going to have a better opportunity of getting seen if they are playing in the same location as, let's say, a 5 or 6A school.
And that's a beautiful counterpoint. It really is. And that is probably the biggest thing for them, is to be able to be seen by more at the same location. It works perfectly if you're trying to recruit any of these kids. If you're just trying to notice them, that is probably the biggest beneficial thing, and probably something that the higher ups have to kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But you and I can speak on it a little bit. But yeah, that is a great aspect of it for sure.
And just like anything else, the change is going to happen. We're going to see how that takes effect. Again, this won't take effect until the 2028 season. But I will just say personally, from the travel standpoint, I'm going to be glad we're not having to run around all over the state when it comes to state basketball week. And that will close down this week's edition of the TVL Rundown. A reminder to check out Jeff Wurtz and the TVL Sports Spotlight on Facebook and Twitter for an update on all the state track action happening today and tomorrow down in Wichita. You've been tuned in to the TVL Rundown, a comprehensive look at the athletics and athletes within the Twin Valley League. Joined by Jeff Wurtz of the TVL Spotlight, I'm Max Blaske with KNDY. The TVL Rundown is a service of the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf and Bruna Implement.